It's a lot of y'all that's on this internet and y'all super duper tough. Like it's ridiculously tough on this internet. When I say, I'm talking about like, man, it's crazy. And I'm like, why is everybody so tough? Like, why is everybody so gangster? So what you doing on the internet, it does nothing for image. It does nothing for your personal reputation or anything else, right? Because most of the people that you're trying to impress, they know you in real life, and they know that if you are about that, you are about that. So I don't have to come on here and say, I'll do X, Y, and Z, because I've done X, Y, and Z, and people understand that shit can happen. So I just need people to just be a little more of themselves, right? The internet is giving you guys capes. You turn it into superheroes, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of everybody feeling like they have to be the super tough guy. I'm tired of everybody feeling like they have to be the ones that, oh, I'm so gangster, I'm so X, Y, and Z, I'm this, I'm that. My guy, we don't believe most of y'all, man. Just give it up. Just give it up. We honestly, the internet has gotten to the point where it's all smoke and mirrors. So if people are not co-signing you for whatever you say you are, we don't care. If you say, oh, I'm getting money, and nobody is like, man, dog getting money, we don't care. If you watch this internet and how it play out, I don't have to come on here and say, I'm making money, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, I got a this and that and that. I don't have to stunt, front, and do all of that. Bro, I wake up, and if I'm not doing something worth doing, I just throw on a black t-shirt and just chill. I come to my office, I work, yo. I got on a t-shirt and jogging pants, some Air Maxes. I'm like cooling to the max. I'm cooling to the max. I don't have to do all the extra stuff. I'm 40 years old, bro. I'm 40 years old. I'll be 42 in October to be exact. But I'm 40 years old. I'm not about to come on the internet and I wish a nigga would say something to me. I wish somebody, boo, boo, boo. That's pointless, bro. It's so pointless. Listen, man, nobody cares about all of that. Nobody cares, bro. Like, nobody cares if you really built like that. You had 40 years to make yourself that person, bro. You had 40 years to do that. If you haven't done that in 40 years and built up a reputation for your word being your word, and you still got to make threats on the internet just for somebody to believe you, then you in bad shape, my guy. Honestly, you in bad shape. If you still have to come on here and be loud to be heard, then you in bad shape, man. You in bad shape, man. And y'all tripping, bro. Y'all tripping, man. I'm seeing like the shit with Dogface bringing out a lot of people characters, bro. Like a lot of people characters. I ain't talking about me interviewing Dog. I don't got no problems. My guys is my guys. I'm talking about the way everybody jumping on the bandwagon, saying this, saying that, saying this, saying that. And you know, dude might be out of town now, but before I went to the feds, Dog was at shows everywhere. Dog was doing all kind of stuff. And if anybody wanted to pull up, they would have been and pulled up, bro. At this point, all of that other stuff and trying to be like, you know, making these threats and I bet not see you and all of that, bro. I don't want to hear none of that, man. Real gangsters not coming on no internet and making all these empty threats, bro. Like, real gangsters not doing that shit, bro. Like, and they not doing that. Now, the young kids, they doing that. I don't consider most of them real gangsters. They a little wild. I'm talking about real gangsters, 40, 50-year-old gangsters, man. They not coming on this internet and letting these people have all of this information, letting these people have all of this evidence. That's all it is evidence. This is 100% public domain. Even if you delete it, they still have access to it. So we have to be a little more conscious of what we saying on here. The OGs got to be a little more, you know, take into account that people are looking up to us. They are looking at us for some type of guidance. And like, we don't even have the room to do all of the BS that we doing, right? I am 41. I'll be 42 in October. And a lot of the people that are doing all of this extra stuff is older than me. These people are older than me, and they are acting like they 20, 17, 16, right? We not even from the era of, I'm going to shoot you and write a rap about it. That's not even the era that we come from. We not even from the era of, I'm going to threaten you on the live with my gun in my hand. We don't come from that era. These young boys do that. These young boys think they living in GTA. We come from a whole different era, and y'all don't even understand it, bro. Y'all act like y'all don't even understand it. So when I look at people that's older than me making a bunch of threats, doing a bunch of empty gun promises and all of that stuff, I'm confused because we know better. I'm confused because we've done better. And most of these guys, they like real street dudes, like as far as they've been in the streets. So they should know better. They seen what happened when you do stuff like this, right? So one of my guys, he got 30 years, right? He got, well, I think 32 years. And this is my guy Rio from the Bounty Hunter Blood. So my guy Rio didn't kill anybody. He didn't shoot anybody. He didn't rob anybody. Before Rio got indicted, Rio say, bro, you know, X, Y, and Z, this and that. And I said, Rio, you got to stay off the internet. Rio is only about maybe 3 years younger than me, but Rio called me big bro. And I try to impart some big bro wisdom on Rio. And I say, Rio, you got to stay off the internet. And he said, what you mean? I said, bro, you're doing too much on the internet. And on the internet, it was a bunch of incriminating posts, videos, pictures, whatever. It was a bunch of stuff. And I say, bro, this don't look good. And maybe, man. So I told him this for maybe a year and a half, but maybe 2 months after I was like really on his ass about it, the indictment came down. If you're not familiar with the Bounty Hunter Blood indictment, Rio was at the top of the indictment. And Rio got indicted for stuff that the people under him did. Rio didn't kill nobody, like I said. Rio didn't shoot anybody. Rio didn't rob anybody. None of that was his case. His case, and I'm about to show y'all something, just so y'all know how real I get, right? I try to do this because y'all do a lot of internet. That's what I was talking about on the last video. Y'all do a lot of internet, and y'all start, you know, claiming people that don't know you. Y'all start acting real different on this internet, and it's like weird to me, right? So when I say Rio is my guy, right now I'm helping bro with some law work. It's not somebody I met on the yard, right? That's his real name, right? And that's his number. So this is my guy. I'm helping him I'm trying to help my dog get back. I'm a real dude. So I show y'all receipts because it's a lot of people interneting. So with Lil Bro, I'm telling them, you got to stop doing this because they're watching. Oh, I'm going to go delete this. It don't matter. They watching, right? By the time, you know, we were like really having these discussions, because I'm like, bro, I've been telling you for, you know, like it's time for you to just, hey, like, man, the indictment came down. So now Rio get this indictment for all these Bounty Hunter Bloods and whatever they did, whatever they didn't do, all of this stuff, right? And fast forward to the trial and everything, Rio got more time than the guys who actually killed people because he was considered the ringleader. And he had admitted to that online. He said, blah, 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 I am the head of blah, 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 whatever. And they was like, yeah, we got you. So you had guys that committed murders. You had guys that committed robberies. You had guys that committed robberies that turned into murders. And then you had Rio who he didn't tell these guys to do anything. He didn't tell these guys to do anything. What they said was, you are still responsible because you collected dues each month. And you were the ringleader. So now my guy got 32 years. These guys are murderers and killers. And they ended up with 10 years, 15 years. They cooperated. So I ran across one of the guys and didn't even know it. And he had cooperated, took the stand. He was running around the feds acting like he was tough. And, you know, solid, and long story short, he was a whole cooperating witness. Now he out here acting like he ain't did nothing. So I'm just telling y'all, at this point, the gangster stuff is kind of old, bro. The internet is getting guys indicted, getting guys killed. It's showing your location, everything that you know better for, right? Because if I'm beefing, I don't want you to know that I'm in my office. I'm live right now. Most people not just going live and they like, man, you know, I can't tell guys. I have an actual office that I'm at regularly. And It's down here at Cocoon. I have nothing to hide from, right? I have nothing to hide from. I left the streets alone when I left the streets. So if I'll go and throw an event tomorrow, I'm not worried about it. I may come out with security because that's what I do, but I'm not worried about somebody popping up at the event to do something violent to me because I'm no longer in the streets. I'm no longer on the internet beefing. I'm no longer doing things that would jeopardize my freedom, jeopardize my health, jeopardize my life, right? Because it's time. I'm 40 years old. It's time for us to grow up. We are all grown men. If it takes us coming on the internet to get the attention of somebody who we want to have a problem with. And everybody's one phone call away, right? I don't have problems with nobody. But I'm saying if I did, everybody's one phone call away. And all you have to do is pick up that phone. Now, the only person that I have a long-standing issue with, and it's not even an issue anymore, is Big Gov. I don't rock with dude. It's no beef. It's no beef. Nobody really knew this, but Gov called me a couple years ago and asked me if I would come perform. I have no problem performing a song with Gov, or 2 or 3 or 4. It's no beef. It never was a beef. People made it a beef. It's no beef. I think Gov kind of made it a beef. I have no beef. I have no beef. The guys who know me from Southwest, they know that if they know him, they know we're different. That's all it is. It never should have came to the internet. It's just no beef. We're different types of people. We're different types of people. I'm not going to go into it, but we're different types of people. And that was all that I was saying when I said it, right? They made it a beef. I had a kind of an epiphany, right? So I did ask a couple people, am I reading this wrong? Am I tripping? And these were people that knew him a lot better than me, and they basically told me I wasn't tripping. That was all I needed. I didn't need anything else. I didn't need any type of confirmation or any type of cosign about what it. I just asked around because I'm like, y'all knew dog longer than me. Am I tripping? And everybody was like, you kind of reading it right. You're reading it right. And I let that be, right? It's no beef. I'm not about to come on here and talk bad about dude. I'm not about to come on here and give anybody any ammunition to spark up some BS. I'm just using it as an example to say that's one person that I'm not really worried about reconciling with. We just 2 different types of people. We're never going to see eye to eye because we're 2 different types of people. I don't have to have a conversation with him to see if whatever issue we had is resolved because I'm already watching him do exactly what he was doing that made me want to create some space. So if somebody send me an interview or something and my dog on there talking about cud and all that, then I already know we can't have a conversation at that point. We can go do a show. I wouldn't even trip if somebody had a song with him on there and say, JP, can you drop a verse on here? Long as I don't feel like his verse taking shots. I wouldn't even care if his verse taking shots, right? And I'm telling y'all, before everything hit the internet, my conversation with Dog was, I'm not really rocking with you on a personal level, but we can still get this money together. That was my conversation with Dog. If he tell you anything different, he lying on me. So I've never had a beef with Dog. That's the only person that you see me around that you would never really see me around other than us doing a show together, maybe us doing a song. I don't care, right? I don't think Gov is, he lacked talent, So if he wanted to do a song, I'll do a song. I don't got no issue with that. That's just not my thing. And it was something that I had to make obvious because it was like, I didn't want people to think I was co-signing some of the BS that was going on. That's all it was. It was like nothing super major. And I still feel the same way, right? I still feel the same way. I've been me through and through for 40 plus years, right? I've been me. I was with my family in Grand Rapids and my aunt was like, oh, you was just, she was telling Lily, like, he was a picky baby. If he didn't like you, he didn't deal with you. And I'm 40 some years old and I'm the same way. Personality is personality, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with him because I'm not starting with people, bless him. My guy ain't looking for some bullshit, man. Look, so I'm just saying, and you know, beef is beef, man. People try to turn everything into beef, and I've never had a beef with Gov. They, oh, this and that. We made diss records, but I've never had a beef. Even if you replay the diss record, I've never said when I see you is on, when this happened is on, anything like that, bro. I don't have that type of attitude, bro. I love Dog Family, from Cousins to Drano. Rest in peace to Drano. To, I'm telling you, bro, like I have no like hard feelings. It's just we two different type of people. And I'm straight on it, right? Personally, I'm straight on it personally. That's all I'm saying. And for anybody else, I haven't been close to somebody that where his kids call me uncle or, you know, different things like that to make me feel like I have to have this type of conversation about them, right? I haven't been that close to people to where I would have to say that that's not something that I rock with. So if I don't, then sometimes my name is brought up with that and, oh, you know, Dog from Southwest. Nah, we two different type of Southwesters, right? We two different type of Southwesters. I represent my hood very well. I carry Southwest very well. Very well. I carry Vineyard and Ben Harbor very well. That's why I get respect in both cities. I carry it very well. Very well. Anywhere that I go, I carry it very well. I handle myself very well. I've been a man of honor, a man of standards, a man of respect all my life. When people talk about me in the streets, they're going to talk about me with a certain type of respect because I handle myself very well, bro. I handle myself very well. And any situation, nobody's talking about I told on nobody. Nobody talking about I ran from nothing. Nobody talking about anybody did something to me and didn't have any repercussions. The dude Gutter that snuck, he did get away until one of my guys caught up with him in the joint. Not what happened to him in real life. He did get killed in real life too. But in the joint, one of my guys caught up with him and put the hands and feet to him. And nobody. That's the only dude that's ever snuck me, got away. Like, you know, he snuck me in front of the police and got away with it, basically. That was it. That was it. He's no longer with us. Couple other little situations and they not here. And I'm not saying I did nothing to nobody, but God loved me, right? And I'm just saying that's the way I carry life, bro. That's the way I carry life, man. Listen, it's no record of me being anything but solid, bro. It's no record of me getting beat up. It's no record of me running from nothing. It's no record of it, bro. There's somebody online that I grew up with. Is no record of it, bro. I handle my business. Anytime you heard about anything happening with me, bro, it was business handled, bro. Whatever the business was, bro. If it was whatever, a fist fight, gunfight, I ain't ran from nothing, dog. And ain't no nigga whoop me, man. So I don't have to come on this internet and act super tough. I'm very comfortable in my skin. I'm very me. I'm very cool because I know what time it is. I'm very cool because I know what time it is. I don't have to come on here and lean on my pocket because I know what time it is. Right? I know what time it is, man. Nep calling me. I ain't going to answer y'all. Nep got to pull up. I'm just telling y'all, man. Y'all doing too much for this internet, man. And it make me feel like you lack confirmation. That's what it make me feel like. It make me feel like you're looking for some type of confirmation. That's the craziest thing to me, man. That's the craziest thing to me, man. Make me feel like you lacking confirmation. It make me feel like you're not getting the respect that you want to get in real life. So you got to come on this internet and beg for it. All the crazy stuff is just begging for the type of respect that people not giving you in real life, whether that be in your home, whether that be in the streets, whether that be at your job or in your business, whatever. Somebody have to not be respecting you for you to come on here and do that. You feel me? Aunt talking about I've been whooped. Aunt funny as hell. No, Aunt, there's nothing wrong with that. And if I have, I would have said I've been whooped. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. I done been jumped. I felt like I got the best of that. I done had well, shit, you know I done been jumped. I felt like I handle my business. I'm just saying with me, I've handled my business to a certain extent that I'm very comfortable in any situation, bro. I'm very comfortable, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I got to come on the internet and seek that type of validation because I know exactly what I've been and I know what I've done, bro. I know what I've done, bro. I don't have to go and get a new car every year to try to impress people. I got, you know, I'm living decent because I got these kids, my office decent because I work my ass off. And, you know what I'm saying? I do all right for myself, bro. And I'm not trying to, you know, throw any type of shit at the wall and hope people bite it. This is not for anybody in particular. I just see a lot of extra chest thumping going on the internet, and it's weird as hell to me that people feel the need to have to do that at 50 and 60 years old. And it's like, dude, it's time to grow up, right? It's a lot of you. When I see you, this gonna happen, that gonna happen, man. We not doing that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about me. I ain't worried about me, man. Shout out to Drano. Like, shout out to Drano. And a shout out to the rest of their family. Like that, I'm telling you, that's why I never dog dude like that. Like, I really rock with their family, bro. I really rock with their family. I don't even see Javon as much as I used to. That's good, brother. But I got mad love for Javon. Right? I got mad love for Parquet. I got mad love for Precious and the other brothers and sisters, Booper, everybody else, right? I got nothing but love. I got nothing but love for dog kids. Like, I'm still confused at, I'm very confused at why Lil Gov ain't out putting out music. I thought Lil Gov was very talented. Very talented. I said it on one of the diss songs, and I don't have a clue why Lil Gov is not out putting out music. I don't know if, to be honest, if somebody got Lil Gov number, I would actually like to talk to Lil Gov and see why he's not putting out music, because I got genuine love for Lil Gov. What's up? Like, I thought Lil Gov was very talented. I've been around and watched Lil Gov write, and Lil Gov has, well, I don't know what he's been doing lately, but at 15 and 16, I thought Lil Gov was really going to step it up. Like, I thought Lil Gov had a nice pen. And, you know, the stuff that I said in my diss songs was 100% facts, like, to my knowledge. Yeah, most definitely, bro. I don't, but, you know, so just to finish my thought on Lil Gov before I get into that, I really thought Lil Gov was one of the most talented younger people that I heard. And look, like, I'm telling you, bro, I've watched him pen rhymes and was like, this guy got it. He understand it. And I didn't understand why Lil Gov wasn't being pushed harder. And, you know, being groomed to be in the studio a certain way and doing things. And I haven't heard from Lil Gov since I've been home. But I would like to talk to him just to see where his mind is at. Like I said, I developed a certain relationship with the kids. And I've been, like, I spent a lot of time with Lil Gov. Because Lil Gov would be in the studio with us, like Nep and Cinco. Cinco called Nep, talk shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Cinco was in the studio a lot with us. So they have a relationship too. It just sometimes, you know, you get around people and you develop a relationship with them. So when I made the separation from Dog, it was made for a reason. It wasn't because I was beefing. It was made to say, this is the line that I'm drawing in the sand, and this is the side that I'm on, because it was like I'm watching self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, Scam, when I tell you, like, if you got Lil Gov number, or you can give him my number, whatever. But I would definitely like a conversation with Lil Gov that won't have anything to do with his dad. I just don't know why Lil Gov didn't continue on that path, and I haven't heard anything from him. For the people that was around, they could definitely get where I'm coming from. Like, you understand where I'm coming from. And like I said it in that song, and it wasn't meant to be, you know, just a rhyme. Like, Lil Gov really had talent. Like, Lil Gov had talent that you would wish your son would have, especially with you being a producer, being in the studio, and you have the ability to put him in certain positions. And I don't know what happened, right? I really don't know what happened. And I don't want to assume it was anything on Big Gov part, because it may be something with Lil Gov. You know, people go through whatever they go through. They may grow up. He may have watched his father, you know, get into it, even with something like me, and it might have turned them off a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because Lil Gov, he called me uncle. What's up, Unc? You know what I'm saying? And I got genuine love for Lil Gov and the other kids. I don't know Baby Gov and the smaller ones as well. You know, they were younger, but the kids that were a little older, I've been around them a little bit, and I actually have genuine love for the kids. And like I said, the brothers from Javon and Boops to Precious, and the other cousins, Ashley, Carrie, everybody else, like everybody that I knew that was a family, I got genuine love for, even from the cousins, from Drano, Josie, they older brother. I don't know if he be on the internet like that, but Josie older brother, me and Josie older brother, Ty, he just hit me up. Black ass hit me up. So, like, I got genuine love for people, bro. I don't be just beefing. What people don't know, when me and Drano had 2 or 3 different instances of where we could have fell out. And by the time me and Drano talked, me and Drano always was cool, bro. Drano got a diss record on me. Drano one of the few people. I never heard the diss record. I never heard it. And on here, Ant No Drano put out that diss record. I was already in jail. I never heard the diss record, but he was in the studio when I pulled up one day. Oh, he in the studio making a diss record. I said, when I see him, I'm gonna rob him with no mask. I'm gonna rob him with no gun and no mask. If you know Drano big as hell, man. I'm talking about rob Drano with no gun and no mask, man. I was wilding. I was 17, 18. I was tripping. Man, Drano big as hell. I'm gonna rob Drano with no gun and no mask. When I pulled up, Drano had the pistol in the car with him. And Drano said, hold up, Jackpot. He said, hold up. I don't know what the hell going on. Hey, he said, I don't know what the hell going on, man. From that day, Drano was my guy. Drano didn't match my aggression, none of that. Drano was sitting there with that pistol. He said, hold on, Jackpot. They talking about you gonna rob me, man. I don't know what the hell going on. My dog on here, if Ed's still on here, they gonna tell y'all I ain't lying. Look, he told me I'm gonna stay silent. I was tripping. I say, man, they talking about Drano in the studio making a diss track. I said, how? Cause I ain't do nothing. I never had an issue with Drano. I gave Drano a shout out on a mixtape. I said Drano had that big ass feet, on that big ass feet, and he was talking about rims, and I thought that was dope. So I just, like, on the intro to our mixtape, I said niggas try to walk in my shoes, stumble and fall in the street. Hey Drano, them some big ass feet. And they was like, Drano, he's shooting at you. You know, they put the battery in Drano back. Before I actually was looking for Drano to see how he felt about the shout out. So when I pulled up and they like, Drano in the studio making a diss record, I said, diss record on who? he talking about you. I said, that's cool. Just let Drano know next time I see him, I'm going to rob him with no pistol and no mask. I never really used the mask anyway. Hey, Ant, they know I ain't lying, bro. They know I ain't lying, bro. I told them I'm coming through no pistol and no mask, and I meant that shit. And I pulled up with no pistol and no mask. And Drano was sitting outside his grandma's house. Josie them, if Josie them, they'll tell you, man. Drano was sitting outside his grandma's house. He just had the pistol in his lap. He just sitting there, and I literally was pressing the issue. I'm looking for him. So I pull up over there, boom, I slide up, boom, hop out the car. He like, hold up, Jackpot, hold up. I looked over there, he got that pistol. I got guns, but I was dead serious. I'm trying to rob this big nigga with no pistol and no mask. Drano was like, nigga, I ain't going for that. Hey, shout out to Drano, man. Listen, bro, I love Drano. Like, listen, bro, that was crazy, man. I was on Tether when Drano had his funeral, bro. I'm about to cry, but that shit was crazy, man. I was tripping, man. I saw my damn Drano big as hell. And I got a little size now, right? I'm like 220, 225. I was like 170. Drano's big as hell. I told him I was going to pull up on Drano and rob me with no mask and no pistol. This nigga done lost his mind. They knew I was tripping. Man, dog. Damn, dog. I'm about to cry, man. Drano's a good nigga, man. Drano should have shot my dumb ass from head to toe. Drano's a good nigga, man. Like a genuinely good nigga. And man, dog, good nigga, bro. I thought Drano was so talented, bro. And Even the songs we got together, like it was songs where I would call Drano, like, man, jump on this song. Drano be like, Jackpot, I ain't doing no rapping. I don't feel like rapping. Like it was one day, bro. Damn, bro. It was one day I had to go get Drano. I lived on the west side at the time, like deep west. And I came all the way to the hood to get Drano. Jeter was with me. Like, nigga, we did. I forgot the song, dog. It's a song we did, man, on one of my first mixtapes, man. And I literally, that nigga Drano, like, man, I'm like, pull up. He like, I ain't got no ride. I pulled up over there. I went and picked Drano up. Like, genuine love for Drano, bro. Genuine love for Drano. Every day I thank God Drano ain't shoot my dumb ass for pulling up with no pistol and no mask. Tripping. Big ass nigga, I'm tripping. That's a real story, bro. Like, I was tripping, man. And everybody like, man, so at the time, the people that I'm around were like mostly older than me. And it wasn't nothing they could tell. I lost my goddamn mind. And why did D-Jack? Now, D-Jack, I don't have much of a... D-Jack stopped rapping. Probably, what I heard was, I wasn't there. Well, D-Jack, I heard he stopped rapping because they took his chain. D-Jack lost his soul, probably. That's what I heard. Somebody took his chain. I don't know. I've reached out to D-Jack when I first came home from the state. I reached out to D-Jack about doing some music. But, you know, me and D-Jack, we had a little run-in here and there. When D-Jack said I shot at him, and I didn't shoot at D-Jack that day. Yeah, I didn't shoot at D-Jack that day. I didn't. I've shot at some niggas and I've done some things, but I didn't shoot at D-Jack that day. D-Jack them did something and then pulled up on me. But, so, you know, I thought all is well, you know, especially with, you know, the same thing with D-Jack, you know, being tight with his family and different people. So I thought, you know, we get together, get on some music. It'd be nice for the hood, but D-Jack didn't want to rap no more. And, you know, I respected that. More recently, I ain't really rock with Dog so much. I actually took a shot at him on one of my albums. Which one was it? Atonement. I actually took some jabs at him. Most people don't know it's about D-Jack, but I took some jabs at him. I can say, you know, it's live. If I listen to the song, I could tell you which song it was exactly, but I took some jabs at him. And it was because I felt like, and I still feel like D-Jack got a, you know, because of the, you know, the issue we had back then, and he might feel like, you know, he feel a certain way, you know what I'm saying? And he might not say it because everybody built different. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he scared, but everybody built different. So he might feel a certain way about me, and he just may not want to, you know, express that. So it come out in other ways. And one of the ways that I seen it come out is when me and Gov first started doing the songs. I did the little song that wasn't really like a super diss or nothing. But Gov put out the song over the Hit 'Em Up beat or something. It was something. Gov put out something, and it was decent. And D-Jack jumped and made a post about it, and yeah, dog, this and that and that. And I was feeling like, even if you felt like dog got the best of me, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But before it was over, I got the best of the situation. So D-Jack never went and made the same type of post with the same energy. He did jump on a post and comment. My memory cold. He did jump on a post and comment, but he didn't give me the same type of, oh, you know, dog, this and that and that. And I felt like that was because our history. And I felt like it wasn't no need for me to keep trying to play cool with dog when he feel a certain way about our history. So if I see Jack today, I really would just be like a head nod and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I'm not following him on social media to my knowledge. If you look on my page, we not friends or nothing. I think he coaching and stuff more, you know, much respect to guys. Like I say, just because I feel a certain way about guys and I create some space or I do whatever I do, it don't mean I wish ill or bad on anybody. I wish everybody the best. It's just that I felt like, you know, from the situations we had in the past, I don't think he truly got over it. And I feel like, you know, whether he admitted or not, he may have felt like I was bullying them. And them guys older than me, and you know what I'm saying? So some of them guys feel a certain way, you know, no disrespect, but they just feel a certain way about how I carry that shit. And You know, I just don't want to be around that and trying to act cool about that and different things like that. Shout out to Tasia, his wife, though. She cool. People be cool, you know what I'm saying? But I just felt like that. It's different people that feel like that. G might feel a certain way. I bumped into G at his shop. I came to his shop, got my car detailed. Dog act like he didn't want me in there, and I was getting the best detail they had on the menu. You know what I'm saying? So I went that day. I ain't come back. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't feel like he was too excited about me being there. You know what I mean? So, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Guys be holding on to certain things, but you know, other guys is show me nothing but love. Charlie Brown them be showing me nothing but love. But that's because me and Charlie had a relationship before all of the rap, you know, the rapping and street shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just weird, bro. But in the thick of things, you know, I'm just me. So if I see guys, I'm not acting super tough. If I see guys, I'm not starting nothing. I see guys, I'm head nodding and hand shaking, dapping up, shit, hugging sometimes. Because we at the age where I'm just happy to see y'all. Right? I'm not 17 or 18 wilding no more. I'm just happy to see y'all. Like, I'm genuinely happy to see my people. Like, this ain't a front. This ain't nothing. My woman or my kids ask me every day, Daddy, everywhere we go, somebody know you. Everywhere we go, somebody show you love. Like, and I show genuine love because I really be happy to see guys. Because we lost some guys. Like, we lost some guys that was all right. Even some of the guys that I may have had a small issue with, and they end up losing their life. I never had an issue with guys to where it was where I wish death on nobody. So when I hear it, it still touched me a little bit because these are some of the guys that we went to school with, right? These some of the guys that I grew up with, some of the guys I went to church with out there or whatever. And it hurt, you know what I'm saying? It hurt a little bit to see guys that's no longer here, right? Same thing with Nori. Like like Nevaeh. Like if I talk to Nevaeh, I love talking to Nevaeh about Nori or Killer, different stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I tell her about her grandma all the time. She tell me, why y'all call her Killer? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person that I don't dwell in the past, but I'm not a person that feel like the past is something that I gotta run from. What's up? What's up, my guy L, man? My guy L got to come up here, man. I got a chessboard up here, L. But like, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Rest in peace to Lil D, Nori, everybody. Like, even some of the guys in the hood. So even like Rand, you on here, you know, some of the guys that's in the hood. And they going through what they going through. They beefing out there. But these were all the guys that we grew up with. These were all the same guys that we was at Kemeny Center with. So, you know, guys like even though they end up falling out and having certain problems, but like Keenan was my guy. You know what I'm saying? I was with Keenan the night before he got killed. You know, these guys, you be doing too much. My guy L, man, I be chilling, bro. So, you know, Keenan was my guy. Literally, like, that shit touched me that I dropped him off and then woke up to phone calls and messages that he had been killed in front of the school. But some of the guys that, you know, they have problems with, these guys that we grew up with. So I'm not doing I'm picking sides or nothing just because I have more of a relationship with Keenan because he was up the street from me. Don't mean I don't feel bad for the other people involved, because these were all people that I like genuinely had love for, even with what happened with Joe Black and T and all that situation. Like, these are all people that's involved in this situation that we grew up with. What people don't realize is I wasn't around when all of the clashing happened. Right? I was around and I went to jail at fresh out of high school. So by the time all of the clashing and the back and forth started happening, I was already gone. So I don't see it as us versus them, right? When I came home, I'm coming home to a war, right? I came home to these guys going back and forth the way they were doing. And, you know, nobody ever really said, I got to pick a side. Like, I'm not picking a side. You know what I'm saying? These are all guys I grew up with. Now, when it came down to, you know, whatever with Lil Dot, as much as I could, I don't want nothing to happen to my guy. Lil Dot, my guy. You know what I'm saying? And Keenan was my guy, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't do nothing about that, you know. Even the last conversation, and I was on live the night before it happened. Me and Keenan was out. And I'm talking to Keenan. And I'm telling Keenan, like, bro, the shit that y'all doing is really, is not profitable, first of all, and then y'all just making the spot hot, you know. And Keenan was basically like, man, like it's so far gone, you know what I'm saying? And like the way he was explaining was like, you know, at this point I can't just, you know, put my gun down, because isn't, you know, I don't even trust that they gonna do it. Like if they say they gonna put it down, I feel like I'm gonna put mine down. They gonna, you know, take advantage of it. And it was, and I understood that. But I'm just being honest, man. Like these were the same guys that we played ball with. These were the same guys that we like played football on electric with. Like we did everything with. And it's crazy that it came down to all of that. And at 40, we looking back and we seeing so many people from both sides. Like these people literally live 2 blocks away from us when you think about it. And you start looking at it like, damn, dog, this all came to this. You know what I'm saying? From whatever it stemmed from. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was locked up. I mean, I heard stories, but I was locked up. But from whatever it stemmed from, bro, I don't got nothing but love for people, bro. And I hate that, you know, we all took losses. But like my attitude different, bro. We 40 years old, bro. We all trying to raise our kids. We all trying to do the right thing. Whatever happened, you know, in that instance, you know, if I'm pretty sure with the right people around, certain situations could have been avoided, and we have a lot more of us still here. And we can laugh at certain things, and we could have, you know, we could have fought it out. Man, you remember such and such whoop dog on Annabelle, and you know what I'm saying? Like we could have had those conversations and laughed about some of this shit, bro. But everything just, man, everything just went bad, bro. And when I look at it, bro, I see people from both sides, man, and people post, and people they lost brothers and cousins and shit, some people sisters and different things like that. And then you start to look at the situation like, man, is it all worth it? Was this shit really all worth it, man? For whatever it was it all worth it? So, you know, my personal feelings aside, none of this shit was worth it, bro. None of this shit was worth it, bro. And we would have been a lot better off working together than, you know, bumping into each other the way we was bumping into each other. It looked like it didn't calm down a little, you know, but we 40-something years old, man. Guys is still looking over their shoulder from things from 10, 15, 20 years ago. Guys still, you know, God's still worried about retribution for certain things. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? And like, even like the way Keenan explained it, man, once you so far in, there's only so much you could do. Right? There's only so much you could do. But, you know, we've been in the middle of like real shit. So we understand it. So when these guys is, you know, doing all this internet and doing all of this stuff, and they want you to have a certain type of attitude towards it. And I'm like, dude, man, I've been like literally in the middle of real wars, bro. Like in the middle of real shit, man. The internet shit, bro, is just internet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being 1,000%, man. The internet shit is just internet, man. Like, this shit ain't even real for real. So before people start, you know, killing each other off about this shit, bro, they got to think about it, man. Like, people got real families. And then you doing shit right now. I'm not saying you can't get away with shit, but it's cameras everywhere. I'm in the office with cameras all around the office. You know what I'm saying? I got cameras all around my house. Everybody on my block, I'm talking about 2, 3, 4 blocks over, got cameras everywhere. Up and down the street, everything is seen. Everything is recorded. You don't want to risk your life for the internet. Right? If somebody, you know, running in your crib and you got to defend yourself and your family, that's one thing. But you don't want to go risk your life because somebody says something about you on the internet, man. Like, this shit ain't worth it, bro. This shit real life, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even worth going back and forth half the time. This shit ain't even worth it. So, at this point, we live in a life that, and this shit could be over any day. Literally any day, man. And you don't want to waste it beefing. You don't want to waste it trying to be super tough, not enjoying this life. You don't want to waste it not enjoying your kids, not smiling and being happy and vacationing and spending money and making money and just enjoying the fruits of your labor, man. You don't want to be putting in work and you don't even see it materialize because you too busy trying to be super tough, right? You too busy begging for attention from the wrong people. I get good attention from my kids, bro. My kids and my woman make sure I get attention. The internet ain't where I'm looking for attention at. Now, if I'm playing the game, then I'm playing the game and I'm trying to, you know, you're trying to get your followers up or your likes up, subscribers up, but you don't want to do that at the cost of losing integrity. You don't want to do that at the cost of jeopardizing anything else, because likes and shit ain't gonna really, you know, it ain't gonna be here when you gone. It ain't gonna be here when you gone, man. Going viral for getting your head blown off in the middle of the street is not even worth it. Right? And people, oh man, they just, you know, sharing something. Oh, he was just on live, and people lying. Oh, I just talked to you last week, man. You ain't talked to nobody. People lying on you. Oh, we were supposed to do a song. Me and JP talked about doing a song. People sharing text messages, man. Life ending so crazy right now, bro. It's terrible. People sharing your text messages. Oh man, this and that. People, you got your side pieces arguing with your woman. Just death right now is just not what it used to be, because we dying too young. We dying too young and unexpected at a crazy rate. You know, before, people live to be 60, 70, 80 years old. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it's so much violence and bullshit that everybody just in reach. Everybody woofing and in reach. And then it just ending bad, man. So, like, we got to just stop with the extra tough guy shit on the internet, man. We 40, 50 years old. And they like, Jackpot, you didn't calm down so much. I'm 40 plus years old, y'all. 41. I'm not about to get on here like I'm 26, 27, doing all this BS, doing all this crazy stuff, trying to be extra. I'm not about to do that and try to be extra so somebody can say, oh man, Jackpot said this, Jackpot said that. Right? If you threaten me today, I may not even respond. It don't mean I won't do nothing, but I may not even respond, man. We not doing that. We not doing that. You say certain things to me, you got to show me that. But we not doing that. We carrying everything with respect. So a lot of times people are upset because they not getting the respect that they really want. They not getting the respect at home. They not getting the respect online or in business, in a job, whatever. So it's a lot of, they got anxiety and tension and all of that, and they come into the internet, and it's just so extra. And I'm like, bruh, this ain't even that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, Cinco was turning up in school. They called me down there last week. I went down there, and I was calm the whole time. Like, Cinco been turning up. He was turning all the way up. And I just sat in there, listened, cool, calm, collected. When he got out, I didn't, you know, I ain't make nothing of it. By the time he called me on the phone with his mom, or she called me, he was in the car with her. By the time whatever happened, I just told him, look, dog, you tripping, right? I just told Cinco flat out, right? I didn't whoop him. I didn't threaten to whoop him. I told him real shit. I said, Cinco, you trying to be something that you're not. They talking about he wouldn't take off the Pooh Shiesty mask in school, all of that. Cinco, 11 years old now. I said, Cinco, you trying to be something you're not. You don't have to be a drug dealer's son or a street dude's son. Your daddy have an MBA. Your daddy is not in the streets. Your daddy not teaching you anything about the streets. Your daddy is teaching you the right thing to do. So you can't try to do what I did, because he'll be around people. Even M-Dot seen him at the park. Like, he'll be around people and they might be like, oh man, your daddy this or your daddy that. And I'm telling him, bro, beyond the BS, your daddy changed his life. You don't have to go through what I went through, because you have a daddy. I didn't have a daddy to tell me that. My daddy went through a lot of the stuff I went through. My daddy was addicted to drugs, been to prison a couple times, did everything. Boo, boo, boo. Now, I did look up his case and found out my daddy wasn't a snitch. So, but I'm just saying, I went through certain things because I didn't have a father. You have a father. You're not going to go through certain things. You don't got to go to school and act like, you know, you're in a single parent household or you got it rough. I said, my God, you got 3 or 4 new pair of Jordans in the last 30 days. Your life ain't my life. I didn't get a pair of Jordans until I got a sack. Your life ain't my life, my guy. You're kept. I had to tell Cinco, you're kept, my guy. You walking around with an iPhone 17. You get picked up and dropped off to school every day. You get taken to practices every other day. You get taken to games. You eat whatever the hell you want to eat. Your life is not my life, Cinco. Your life is not my life. Right? Right? This is what I'm teaching my son. This is what I'm teaching. You don't have to do that. Your father is educated. You don't have to go through what I went through because I didn't have a father. So when I wouldn't teach my son something like that and then come on the internet and say anything else to the people that's watching. I wouldn't dare. I talk about my life because I've been through something, and I do talk to my kids about what I've been through. But I'm telling them, you don't have to go through this because you have a father. It's a lot of us. Shout out to my guy JJ on here now. You been through shit, right? You've been through something. So when you impart certain things on your kids or nieces, nephews or whatever, you have to tell them the whole story, bro. You don't gotta go through this. I had to hustle for my first car. As my kids get their permits and things like that, I'm going to buy cars. As long as they're responsible enough to take care of it, I'm going to buy cars. I'm going to make sure that my kids have what they need. Y'all don't have to do what I did. Y'all not even in that position. Y'all not even in that position, man. Y'all walking in, y'all live in a big dumbass house, bro. Y'all not in no damn shack or nothing. Like, y'all don't got to act like that, right? And I explained this to Cinco. I said, Cinco, you're looking for something bad to try to make out of something. But you're probably doing better than 95% of the kids that you're around, probably more than that. You don't have to go through what I went through. I had to bump my head multiple times to get to this point. You don't have to do that. So stop trying to be something that you're not, right? I literally had to have this conversation with my 11-year-old. I had to have this conversation with him because he hears stories or he actually look at stuff like this. Like when I'm on YouTube and I'm telling stories, Cinco be on there watching stuff. He'd tell me, Dad, I seen your live yesterday. He was commenting one day and it was like somebody named Alvin such and such. And he was like, this Cinco, your son, right? So Cinco watched stuff. He watched me real close. He watched me online. Dad, I watched your interview, or I watched this, I watched that. And I'm like, Cinco, you got to watch the whole thing because I've never came on here and bragged about anything that I've done. Even when Ant was just on here talking about when I was pressing them niggas before I went to the state joint, I still had a good ending, right? I still had a good ending. And I had what could have been a bad ending when I ran up on Drano. Could have been a bad ending that ended up pretty good. Me and Drano ended up real good friends, right? We ended up tight. But it could have ended bad, man, because I'm out here being a hothead. I could have been a story right there at 17, 18. I'm running around talking about robbing this man with no gun and no mask. And by the time I pull up on him and jump out the car, he's sitting with a pistol in his lap. And he just like, jackpot, hold on. Right? That could have just as easily been boom. I'm running around making threats. I didn't know no better at the time. I didn't know no better. I'm just being aggressive. When I see him, and I planned on carrying out what I said if he wasn't sitting there with that gun on his lap. And I'm just saying, man, Cinco, you don't got to do that. And I explained this to him. You kept. You're spoiled at this point. Live like I told him, live like you're spoiled. Enjoy your life. Be great. Right? Enjoy your life. Be great. I'm looking for my phone that I'm talking on. But the teacher said today he's had a way better week. Whatever we're doing, it's working. But I had to have that talk. You trying to poo shiesty it and all of that, bro. Sit down. Sit down, Cinco. You're not poo shiesty material. Cinco fight, he whoop ass. But you're not poo shiesty material. You're not built for what's really going on out here. Because I'm not allowing you to be built for that. I'm not teaching you how to do certain things that I learned. Like I learned how to cut crack early. I learned the difference between Nicks, Dimes, 20s, all of that early. because I was in the mix. I was in the middle of stuff. I seen everything. I wanted to be involved, and they were teaching me to be involved. I was ahead of myself. So when I was 6, 7, and 8, I was learning stuff like that because I was already picking up on stuff. I was very intuitive. I was very like my awareness level was really high. I picked up on stuff real fast, and I grew real fast. And Cinco, you're not going through what I went through. You're not going to be me. You're not going to be in anybody's jail because I'm not going to allow you to do that. You're not going to have to join a gang because I'm not going to allow you to do that. And I have nothing against gangs. I'm saying you don't have to do that because I did that. You don't have to do that. What you need to do is go to school, get an education, and you can get a trade, start a business, do whatever, but you don't have to do what you're trying to do. So I wouldn't come on here and talk to anybody else's kids with any type of different authenticity than I would my own kids. I would want nothing better for Nitty kids than I would my own kids. I would want nothing better for D Reese kids than I would my own kids. I want nothing better for Pep kids than my own kids. Shout out to Pep. I was just explaining that, you know, with Cinco, man, he was nutting up in school last week, really for like days. Cinco was turned up. And I knew what the real issue was, but when I went in there, I couldn't really talk about what the real issue was. But when I talked to Cinco, I had the conversation with him that you can't be me. You don't have the same circumstances. You can't run around with a Pooh Shiesty mask trying to be super tough. He was bullying the kids at school, like tripping. The teacher said, well, the assistant principal was like, well, I really didn't want to say bullying, but it is what it is. Cinco in there acting crazy. I said, how you in here bullying people and you the freshest kid in the school? You got 3, 4 new pair of Jordans in the last 30 days. You coming in with $150 book bags, all these spray ground. I don't even know what a spray ground is. I just buy whatever they is so they never have to worry about being picked on about clothing or whatever. Like you're Jordaned up, spray grounds, whatever else you want, even the Pooh Shiesty stuff, like whatever it is, bro, you go play a sport, you got the best cleats, the best arm bandages, whatever you want. You're spoiled and you're kept. Be spoiled and kept. Don't try to be super tough. It don't look good on you when you just a spoiled kid. Like it just don't look good on you, right? You're not in the hood where you gotta act tough and defend yourself. We not even doing that, right? It's time to chill out. So that's what you know, these guys on the internet, they act like they never had that conversation with their father, right? They act like shit ain't been real, man. We too old, man. We way too old, Pep. Like, man, nigga know before me I want to turn up, shit like that. But, man, we too old to keep, yeah, when I see you, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. When this happened, I'm going to do blah. When that happened, like, bro, this is not a good look. This is not a good look. I would never want Cinco to see me acting like that online. I'd never do that, man. Yeah, but that's what they supposed to think, D. Reese. That's what your kids supposed to think, Rich. I'm rich. I might not be a millionaire, but I'm rich as fuck. I'm rich in spirit. If nothing else, I'm rich in spirit. For real, man. I feel good. And that's what I'm explaining to my kids. Like, y'all not coming home to empty refrigerators and bullshit. Y'all coming home to nice shit. Nice shit, bro. Like, you don't have to show out at school, my guy. You don't have to do certain things, man. Yeah, and Cinco doing better now too, Pep. You know what I'm saying? And it be, you know, with Cinco being, you know, between the two of us, I know it's other things involved, bro. I just don't like, you know, pointing fingers and doing all of that. So I go about it my way. You know what I'm saying? And most definitely, these definitely different times we living in, right? And the bullying come from school to home because they got the internet and all of that. But with Cinco, he don't even really want to be that. Cinco is actually pretty nice. He fight, but he's actually a pretty nice kid. It's just him taking advantage of whatever the situation is. That's all it is. If it's a situation that he feel like he can get away with certain things, he do that. And I hadn't been up at the school acting crazy or nothing. So when I finally come up there, when they finally called me to come up there, they kind of laid everything out. And, you know, like I said, today, the teacher, she texted us and said he's been great since the meeting last Thursday. She was just like, you know, whatever we did is working. And that's all it took was a real good conversation. And it feel like he needed that, because I feel like he chasing a ghost with, you know, how I used to be or whatever I did or my daddy did. Or, you know, they old enough now to know they was coming to visit me in prison. So you can't hide certain things from them. And I feel like they feel like, you know, I got to be tough. My daddy's a tough guy. Not necessarily Cash. Cash is a creative. So Cash don't necessarily feel like he got to be super tough. Cash write raps that are pretty good. Cash is like great. He does great in school. He got a B this semester and was like, Dad, I got to get it together. He had one B. Was like, I'm falling off. And that's what I want him to feel like, man. So you know, I think I'm doing a pretty good job with my kids right now. But Cinco was the only one turned up. Like, he was the only one turned up, and I just got to give him some more attention and stay on his head. Because I'm not paying for nobody bond. I'm not paying for nobody a lawyer. And I damn sure don't want to bury my son young, you know, knocking on some wood. You know, I just want to make sure that I do the best I can as a father. And I'm winging this shit because I didn't have a father, right? I'm winging it. You know, I've had father figures here and there, but I haven't had a father. So I don't know exactly what a father looks like. I can only do what I feel like is the right thing. And that's what I've been doing. And that's changed over the course of 4-5 years since I've been home. Like, before, I was aggressive. I whooped their ass here and there. Now I don't want to whoop kids. I want to talk to them. They got way more stuff than they need. So I take something, whether that's a TV, phone, tab. Everybody got iPads. My house, everybody got iPads. So I could take phones and iPads and whatever else. And I keep them with decent stuff so they gonna miss it. Everybody got iPhone 17s and sweet ass iPads. You know what I mean? So I got stuff I could take. Listen, I just got Cinco some Jordans last Saturday. So when he was acting up in school, I said, "No, you can't wear these shoes." I know he was pissed. When he finished his week out, he gonna ask me like, "Dad, can I wear my shoes now?" For real, whatever the little red and white Jordans came out, and I said, "Nah, you're not wearing the shoes." I'm not about to be whooping kids, bro. I'm taking shit. Y'all got way too much stuff, and I feel like I can take it. So I'm gonna put these in my room for now, and I'll let you know when you can wear them. So that's how I'm feeling about everything, man. That's how I'm feeling. So just a beautiful thing. It's growth. It's growth. I give it. I take it the way it's. The end. Nah. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all tapping in. And like I said, the gist of it is, man, relax. Relax, man. Everybody don't got to be so tough on the internet, man. It's time to relax, man. If you really land like that, the people who know you land like that gonna know you land like that, man. You ain't gotta, yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. I'm beating on my chest. I'm super nigga. Like, man, that's not even impressive no more. We at the age where whatever your history is, we already know. So you come on here acting tough and we know you really ain't laying like that. We just laughing at you, right? Because, my guy, what's up? D. Alex, oh, I think this is my guy, AB. Let me see what else you said. Proud of you sincerely, man. Using my mind, not my force. Proud of me, all my guys from the belly. My guy, I appreciate you, man. I sincerely appreciate you. So, you know, this somebody that knew me a little younger. I think by the time I ran into him, I was a little calmer than I was earlier in my bit. Earlier in my bit, I was tripping. Earlier in my bit, I was tripping. And I had the team around, like the young guys around me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, James? I had the team. Like, I had the influence. Like, I could push a button, right? I could push a button and kind of make you feel a certain way. Like, I had certain people around me to where, you know, little stuff could happen. I could be like, man, we on one. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Man, we on one. It's go time. Like, and it kind of make you feel a certain way, especially when you're young. Now I'm older, man. I wouldn't dare. Like, now I'll be like, bro, it ain't worth it. Even if you call me like, man, you want me to take care of that? I'll be like, nah, bro. Just get home to your kids. Like, that's the main thing, bro. We raising these kids, man, and we just trying to provide for them better than what we had. Most of us, I don't know what everybody's situation was, but my situation was trash. So I'm just trying to do better for my kids than I had, man. And I feel like I'm doing a great job so far. And I feel like it's only getting better. I just feel good about the way my future looking and the way everything is turning out for me, man. So I'm just trying to make sure that my kids don't have the same starting point I had. And doing this type of stuff is what's helping me set them up for their future. Whether they want to do what I'm doing or something else, they're going to understand that nothing can stop you. Because I've had so many setbacks, so many like roadblocks, so many dead ends in front of me that I had to go through a lot to get to this type of peace. But I'm very peaceful at this point. It's not an internet front. It's not a, well, I got to keep my image up. Like, bro, I'm so peaceful right now, man. And I just want everybody to be, find this type of peace, because you can't make this type of shit up, bro. For real, man. Especially coming from the person I was, you know what I'm saying? Like this, to come this far, man, and not want to do nothing to nobody and not want to put my hands on nobody, do anything to jeopardize anything that I've built already. I just love my life, bro. I love what my kids are becoming. I love being able to provide for them. I was locked up and the homies was doing, they was doing what they could, but it ain't nothing like me being here and taking the kids to practice and games and everything else. I feel great. I feel great, man. I feel so good, man. I just want to do that and, at least be here to see their kids, to see, how I showed them the way and how they started imparting it on their kids. And, at that point, my job is done. At that point, my job is done. And I'm not going to raise my hand to leave, but I'm going to prepare for it because it's a part of life. Right now, I'm not preparing for that shit, bro. I'm trying to be here. And I'm trying to do everything I can to be here. And I want my guys here. Like when I see my guys, when I see Pep or Ant or D Reese, like I just seen D Reese. I did his taxes, right? I did bro taxes and pulled up on it. Well, he pulled up on me with his check. I gave him a hug, man. I'd be so glad to see people, bro. Y'all, I don't even think people understand how glad I'd be to see him. Like I'd just be so glad to see people, bro. Because we get to the point where we never know when that's the last time. We never know, bro. I seen my guy Dre, and he was out with his woman or girlfriend. I don't know, but it could have been his sister. I don't know. He was out though, and when I seen him, I hadn't seen Dre in a while, and I seen him. I said, "What's up, Dre?" He like, "Man, what's up, bro?" Boom. I said, "Bro, I love you." He looked at me, said, "Man, I love you too, bro." And I meant that shit. Like I love seeing my guys, man. Genuinely, bro. Shout out to hey, me too. When y'all see me, y'all probably be like, "Man, Jackpot," like, bro, I'm like, I love seeing my guys, man, because I don't know who I'm gonna hear. Oh man, you see it on social media most of the time first. You know what I'm saying? We see it on social media, man. I appreciate you, D Reese, but we see it on social media first. Oh, rest in peace to such and such. They tagging them. You hoping it ain't the one, Oh, man, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, this ain't this. You know what I'm saying? You just hoping it ain't. You know what I mean? So when I see my guys, like, bro, I be genuinely happy to see my guys, man. And we not in jail. We out here. One of my guys fighting the case right now, and I hate it for him. I'm talking about I hate it for him, bro. I can't make people change their mind, but I'm just here with resources when they feel like they're ready to do something else, right? And I'm talking about I hate that he fighting the case right now. When he tell me about it, I don't even really want to hear about it. I talked to one of my other guys who in the county in Kentucky fighting the case. I talked to him yesterday, and I hadn't talked to him in like 5-6 months. And when I tell you, I hate to hear about jail, bro, because that ain't no place for us, man. It's no place for us, man. Like, we got to be here to do what we needed to do. And some of us are special, and we need to start acting like we special. We need to start acting like we different, right? Some of us are the 1% or the 5%, and we got to start acting like that. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Y'all had me on here. Y'all almost dropped a tear a couple times, but I'm still a G, so don't try me. Anyway, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man.